actress Meow ang bansag sa kanya ng netizen. Hindi lang dahil sa pagiging cat lover, kundi dahil sa pagmamyaw-meow sa gitna ng Congress session. Si 4th District Representative Kiko ay ilang beses ding nagtrending dahil sa mga banatan niyang walang filter. Kuwela, pero malaman. Pinasok niya ang politika sa edad na 20 years old. Aminadong dropout sa eskwela pero may ibubuga naman daw siya, lalo na pagdating sa good governance. At ngayong gabi, makakasama natin ng live si Cavite 4th District Representative Kiko Barzaga. Welcome po, Kong Kiko Barzaga.
Magandang gabi, Kong. Ako na ba?
Yes, ikaw na. Welcome dito sa Politico Nightly.
Hello, good evening. Nice to meet you.
Unang tanong, Kong. Hinamon mo sina Congressman Romualdez na magbitiw at lately si Boji D. Oo. Kung ikaw ay mabibigyan ng pagkakataon na maupo doon sa bilang House Speaker, ano yung una mong gagawin?
Ang una kong gagawin ay papaimbestigahan ko si Speaker Romualdez and hindi lang siya, pati yung mga deputy speakers niya on any possible connections to the flood control anomalies.
Anong particular doon dito sa flood control kasi di ba nababanggit siya. Pero hindi pa na lumalabas yung direct connect niya doon sa mga sinasabing anomalya.
Medyo mahirap yun kasi nasa kanya yung Marcos administration, nasa kanya yung buong Kongreso. So, sisadi ko naman, baka yun yung gagawin nilang fall guy para doon. Siya, sa kanya sisisihin yung flood control projects. But hopefully, if we have the numbers, we can also investigate Martin Romualdez.
Anong gagawin mo kay Zaldico?
Zaldico, well, wala pa siya dito, so we can't really say. Hopefully, we can bring him back here para ma-imbestigahan na namin.
Can we trace back? Kailan ba nagsimula itong naging open ka dito nga sa against kay former Speaker Romualdez at ngayon naman kay Speaker Boji and ngayon with Congressman Zaldico? Paano ba nag-start yun? Because if I remember, ikaw ay Assistant Deputy Majority Leader before. Kumbaga kasama mo sila. Bakit ngayon, parang against ka na sa kanila?
Well, it all started, as I have said in the first interview, yung sa House Media Press, nagkaroon ng parang infighting sa loob ng partido ko, tapos umalis na ako sa NUP. And from then on, I thought that since I'm no longer part of the party, I should no longer be complicit to all the problems going on within Congress.
So you speak about the problems?
After that, now I had the freedom to speak about the problems since I no longer have to follow the party's regulations.
Speaking of NUP, meron ka rin pong kinakaharap na ethics complaint. Ano na pong update doon sa mga complaints? Because I heard na nag-file na din po kayo ng counter-complaint. Kwentuhan niyo naman kami, Kong.
Well, actually, ang nangyari doon is, nung nag-file kami ng counter-complaint, nakakausap ko yung chairman ng ethics committee. And si Chairman Puno pala, wala pa siyang na-file na ethics complaint. So, mas nauna pa yung counter-complaint ko kaysa sa ethics complaint niya. Siguro nag-uusap pa sila ng legal team niya. Sa akin naman yung legal team ko, I try to have my cases ready within 24 hours. Okay, so may strict time limit sila. So pag may gagawin akong complaint or kaso, gusto ko ginagawa na agad para hindi na masyadong magpo-procrastinate.
Parang advance na sila mag-isip kung may mga gagawin ka man, kung may mga sasabihin ka mga
statement. Kasi may mga standard templates naman yung mga kaso So, just yung content lang yung pinagkakaiba, pero yung like for example, yung magiging respondent, complainant, and then yung nature of the case, and yung citations na mga kaso usually na pinagsama-sama, na
naka-ready na?
Na may mga naka-ready na yung mga ganyan.
So, paano yun, Kong? Wala pa palang complaint, pero meron ka ng counter-complaint. Ano sabi ng ethics committee sa'yo?
Wala naman masyado. Parang okay lang. Kasi hindi naman siya counter-complaint as in na kailangan talaga may complaint
parang explanation mo doon sa allegedly na nirereklamo sa'yo. Kasi di ba, nung last week, nag-press con sila, Kong Puno, about doon sa plano nga nila. So, inunahan mo na ng sagot.
Ko na. Pero ang problema kasi doon ay naka-reference yung complaint niya sa complaint ko kasi kala ko may complaint na siya. But even without a complaint from Chairman Puno, di pwede ko namang i-reference din yung naging press con niya, and that would still be valid for an ethics complaint since he was a sitting congressman during that during
Kong,
that
last Friday, no, nakausap din namin si Kong Rene of Kabataan Party List. And kumbaga nagkaroon ka na din daw, may mga ilang Congress people ka na rin kinausap. At nagpahayag ka rin ng kagustuhan para sa House Speakership. Is that true?
Yes, I want to be House Speaker.
Bakit? And ano naman ang gusto mong reformang mangyari sa Congress amidst this scandal?
Well, firstly, may mga plano na ako for Congress. As I've stated, and sinabi din ni Chairman Puno siguro, yun yung plano ko para sa mga deputy speakership. Ang problema kasi ngayon ay lahat ng mga deputy speakers is based on loyalty or closeness, based on connections with the current House speakers. So for example, pag ikaw yung nanalong speaker, ang 10 na pinaka-close mo, yun yung gagawin mong deputy speaker. So there's no representation for other political beliefs, ideologies. Ang plano ko for deputy speakerships, if elected speaker, is that I would elect one deputy speaker from various political groups, political factions, so that they may all represent their own beliefs. And secondly, di ba nagkakaroon tayo ng mga problema regarding sa mga travel times, since laging wala sa bansa yung mga pag kinakasuhan, wala sila sa bansa. I plan on creating hindi naman law, but a signed petition or something similar to that, where all sitting congressmen, at least until December of 2026, would not be leaving the country unless for work purposes.
So bawal lang magbakasyon ng mga congressman?
Until
Paano
December
na pag-holiday?
2026, so pag December pwede na yun. But we must first focus in changing and revising Congress. Since lahat ng ito nagka-problema dahil sa Kongreso, we must first fix the lower house.
Okay,
And we
isang
should
quick
take that time to
reaction,
do so.
Kong. Kanina doon sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, may mga dinawit at may sinabi na ang DOJ na naka-freeze na yung kanilang mga bank accounts. At kabilang dito si Congressman Ko, si dating Congresswoman Mitch Kahayon Oy at ilang senador. Anong reaction mo doon sa kinalabasan itong investigasyon ng Senado doon sa flood control na yung...
Well, that's good, pero hindi lang naman si Zaldico yung may kinalaman dun sa flood control. Kung si Zaldico lang ang iimbestigahan at kung account lang niya yung i-freeze, then everyone else would have gotten away with it. So this is a good start, but as long as it's only a start, this must only be the start. Hindi naman pwedeng matapos na to kay Zaldico. There's so many more people who are involved that must be investigated.
Kong, I wanna know your reaction also, no? Kasi I understand you're 27 years old. You
Yes.
belong to a Gen Z generation. Thus, you're using the meow meow and other modern slang, no?
Kahit matanda na ako, magmamiyaw-miyaw pa rin ako.
Abangan namin yung pag matanda ka na, no? Pero, ang question kasi ngayon, and also one of the complaints ng ethics, yung overall demeanor daw as a congressman, natatarnish yung overall the House as the institution. So, what can you say about that?
I mean, paano natatarnish yun dahil nagmamiyaw-miyaw ako? Nagka-issue na dahil nagmamiyaw-miyaw ako, pero yung mga billion-billion na, yung mga daan-daang billion na ninanakaw, that's fine? That's a very... there are multiple sides to this issue. Because yung meow-meow, it's very apparent, but at the same time, it's also harmless. Yung hundreds of billions of theft and the protection of congressmen involved in that hundreds of billions of theft, that is something that is not apparent, but also something that's very damaging, and that's more dangerous to our ethics overall as a whole.
Alright. May video po na nais natin ipakita kay Kong.
Yeah, no.
At alamin natin ang kanyang
Date
reaction.
with Congress Meow, Kiko, Birada. Session na. Yun, no? Tingnan mo, happy-happy lang, oh. Ang daming pinatay. Ang daming nakulong. Pero happy-happy lang silang lahat. Well, ganyan ang buhay-buhay.
At sino po ang tinutukoy nyo? Sa happy-happy lang?
Well, I'm talking about the House as a general whole because they are so detached from what's happening on the ground, what's happening with the people. And secondly, tinutukoy ko din si SILG Remulla kasi siya yung nagsabi na walang namatay doon, di ba? Zero casualties. But
You're
as
talking
we've-
about the protest
Yes,
nung
the recent
September
protest
21.
sa Mendiola, yung actually overall protest.
So do you have the data?
Yes,
Or
we-
do you have the evidence na meron talagang
Yes.
nasawi?
Actually, we are compiling the evidence so that we can file a human rights complaint.
So mas
Pero
sabi
hindi
mong
sa-
mapapasinungalingan mo ang statement ni SILG Remulla
Well, actually, the statement has already been refuted when they stated that someone was stabbed. So, I think, nag-retract na siya ng statement doon. So, isa na yung namatay. Mali mo bukas, baka sabihin niya, dalawa o tatlo na. There are more and more videos circulating and possibly upwards to 30 people were killed during the protests.
Ito, mga short and sweet questions
Yeah,
sa ating
light
mga katanungan.
news na tayo.
Doon sa humihirit ka daw na gusto maging speaker, pero nung kagawad ka, wala ka daw nagawa. Anong sagot?
Ha? Sino nagsabi nun?
Yung mga, siguro, yung mga kumalaban.
firstly,
Mga ibang
medyo-
netizens.
Okay. Well, firstly, nung first term ko, marami na akong nagawa. I was in the tourism committee, walang masyadong nagagawa doon. But I was also in the task force. I was working in yung sa pandemic. Ako yung umiikot-ikot, namimigay sa mga
So marami naman
frontliners.
nagawa. Next
Yung-
question.
Alright,
Nung may second term pa ako.
Okay.
Yung second term ko naman, doon na ako naging Peace and Order Committee. Doon mas lalong dumami yung mga ginawa ko. Yung sa fire code namin, hindi ko natapos yun, pero natapos yun ng sumunod na konsel sa amin. Yung sa CCTV ordinance na ginawa ko. And then, mostly kasi near the end of my second term, si Kong PD ginagamot na siya in America. And then si Mayor Jenny naman ay kasama niya, lagi siyang bumibisita kay Kong PD since she is also a nurse and she believes that it would be to the best interest of his health if she was with.
So you took the role
So ako yung
nung
naging vice mayor noon kasi ako yung #1 counselor.
Yeah.
So
Or fast
Alright,
talk.
Kong. Last
Fast talk
talk na
tayo.
ha.
Fast talk.
Ito, very light lang. Ano ba ang iyong isang nightly routine?
I pet my cats. Meow meow. And my dog.
So
Well,
doon
my dogs.
natutulog sa kwarto may mga cats
Hindi,
mo?
they're crazy. Hindi ko sila pinapatulog sa kwarto ko. May cat door ako, pero pag matulog na, bye-bye na silang lahat. Bawal na sila. Kasi hindi ako makakatulog at kailangan ko din naman ng tulog para sa work ko eh.
Alright.
Ayan.
Maraming salamat
Maraming salamat
once
po.
again.